This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Big Extra wants to know, Dusty Rhodes was the perfect guy to induct the Four Horsemen into the Hall of Fame. Was anyone considered by you guys to do the honor, or was Dusty always the first choice?
Always the first choice. I don't think any rational person with our history from 85 to 88, and then mine continued on after that, but specifically those years, the Horseman years, there was not a better, more solid choice, and I was thrilled that he did it. I was honored and thrilled, and to be on the stage with him and the other guys, the other Horsemen and JJ, it just something I'll never forget.
Noah Quick wants to know, did Tully and Arn ever face the Steiner brothers? If yes, when? If not, how does the match look, armchair quarterbacking it 30 years later?
No, we didn't, but I would suspect it looks something like this. Bell rings. We just come out of the air to get covered. Next.
Yeah, it's,
didn't look good for us.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Dismal Abysmal has asked this same question for 38 consecutive weeks. I'm finally going to tap out and ask you here, Arn, just so I don't have to look at it anymore. So let this be a lesson to you. If you have a bad question, but you ask it often enough, I will eventually give in and ask. So keep it up, guys. Dismal writes, what would Arn say are the most important roles in the Horsemen after the Champ and the Enforcer? A big heavy like Sid or Barry, a silent mercenary like Benoit or Malenko, or a sneaky shit heel like Tully or Pillman?
A shit heel like Tully or Pillman. Specifically Tully. Tully had a way of generating heat, that was just unique unto him. He was such an integral part. The Horseman, the original Horseman, and the second coming of the Horseman would have never, and the third coming of the Horseman would have never been the same without Tully Blanchard. He was a guy that just pissed you off the second he walked through the curtain. And he was just, such a veteran in his thought process and all the things he wanted to do during a match. I learned a ton from Tully, and there would be people cheering me for no apparent reason and booing the piss out of Tully on any given night. I could never figure that one out, but he just had heat, and he was just really a professional, and he knew how to do his job.
Well, that's an understatement. Tully's somebody who I didn't appreciate as a kid, but then as you get a little older and you go back and watch the stuff, you realize, I think it was a phrase you used a couple weeks ago. He's the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, he was the guy who was making the matches I was watching so enjoyable, and the storylines. And as a kid, you don't pay attention to that and you don't notice it. And that sort of brings Brandon Kish wants to know, Arn, what do you have to say about Jericho saying the Inner Circle is better than the Four Horsemen?
Picking his spots, because he knows we can't do anything about it. I don't think history will shake out and find that to be true, but hey, Chris is confident with his crew, and they're a very talented bunch of guys. He's got some badasses in that group. And with his leadership and the fact that all those guys are, enjoying all the success that they are enjoying. And, it's hard to argue that their success is not well earned and appreciated by all the rest of us that have been around for a while. But to try to compare them to the original Horseman or the version with Barry, I don't think so.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.